A peace deal signed in Bamako after discussions between the West African regional bloc ECOWAS and Mali's coup leaders went late into Friday night. Coup leader Amadou Hayasanogo agreed to step aside.
We had the goal of finding all possible solutions, not for the committee and not for the government, but for the whole of Mali.
A national unity government will be formed with the president of the parliament to lead the country for a transitional period until elections are held. All sanctions imposed by ECOWAS would be lifted. Meanwhile, the flag of Azawad flies in the north of Mali, but maybe for not much longer. Tuareg rebels have declared the city of Gao as the capital of their new country. Earlier, opposition to any breakaway by the Tuareg fighters was made clear by France.
We consider
that the unilateral declaration of independence by the Azawad by the MNLA is null and void. We call on the MNLA to inscribe its actions in the frame of the political dialogue, respectful to the rules of the Mali constitution and to the country's unity.
In the space of just a few weeks, the people of Mali have seen their president overthrown by a group of low-ranking officers, their country all but split in two by separatist movements and widespread looting. But it seems that the state of chaos could be coming to an end.
Well, Hashem joins us now live from the capital. And Hashem, what do we know about how exactly this deal was reached?
Well, the international community was putting more pressure on the coup leaders, telling them that, you know what, if you stay in power, this is just going to further complicate the situation in your country. Mali is about to disintegrate. Half of the country is now under the control of the rebels of the Tuaregs. At the same time, the country could be faced with more crises like drought, like poverty, and also the sanctions would really have a knock-on effect on the whole infrastructure of the country. And they saw that happening. This is exactly why they became more receptive to some of the demands of the international community, particularly a delegation of the ECOWAS, which arrived about 2 days ago. They held intensive talks with the coup leaders. They managed to convince them yesterday. Today, everything was inked, and they sealed the deal about 3 hours ago. They will step aside, a new government will be formed. The end of the political crisis in Mali. Still, this is not the end, because they will still have to tackle the problem in the north.
Indeed, and I want to look at that next. How likely is it that ECOWAS will now send troops into Mali?
Nobody was expecting this to turn to this crisis that has the potential to create loads of problems, not only to Mali but to the regional countries. It's no longer now about a coup, but the impact of that coup, and particularly the emerging Tuaregs with their proclamation of independence, saying that they will fight to death for the sake of preserving their independent homeland, which they call Azawad. Now, the ECOWAS, we do understand, has two approaches. One, they would like, first of all, to use diplomacy and tell the Tuaregs, you know what, we will help you with more autonomy. If that doesn't work, then they will be left with only one option: put boots on the ground and fight the fight to push the rebels back from that area.
Okay, still worth keeping an eye on Mali. Hashem, thanks very much for reporting from Mali.